As a kid growing up in the 80s, I grew up watching only one fun-filled channel. No, not Disney Channel. It was Nickelodeon themselves. I used to like watching a lot of the shows they had. You Can't Do That on Television, Pinwheel, Mr. Wizard, and Double Dare when they came out. I've talked about just about a lot of these shows, except for Pinwheel, but I'll talk about that soon. But there was this one show they had that came on 40 years ago, and it's a show that is so zany. I have to say it's just so crazy that you could probably remember it. So here it is. I In this episode, do you remember? I am going to be talking about the show known as Out of Control. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews presents Do You Remember? Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, and I'm here with another episode of Do You Remember? Today I'm going to be talking about a real fun-filled sketch-packed kids comedy show. Hard to explain what it is. But anywho, this is a show I really totally grew up watching. Long back in the 80s, and it is such a fun filled experience you could ever get a lot of laughs of. Now, of course, Nickelodeon was well known for giving us some really fun stuff. Most notably, their airings of the Canadian kids program You Can't Do That on Television. But now, of course, they did have some other shows out, including Livewire, and there's been, which I've heard about. Don't vaguely would remember that because I was a little too young to remember that, but I do know it was rerun though. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about this show right here, which is so zany, and I just feel like it's just a fun little program. So here it is. I ask you, do you remember the TV series known as Out of Control? Out of Control was a zany sketch comedy show that kind of was like a little bit of a funny news type program. It originally premiered on Nickelodeon on October 6th, 1984. Now, the premise of Out of Control is the series focuses on the production of a news program called Out of Control, which is a show within a show. It was hosted by Dave, who is level headed and tries his best to keep the show from getting out of control. Dave's fellow crew members are archetypal I'm sorry if I mispronounced his characters, such as the shrill, plastic, fantastic party girl stage manager Disaster. Yeah, that's Disaster. The clueless reporter Angela Scoop Quickly, the caustic news hawk Herm Burford, Professor Gravity, and Waldo, the bespectacled mad inventor and crew member. The characters refer to a box-like computer called the HaHa 3200 as a sketch and joke writer for the show. Each week, Dave and the gang would be bringing us some funny sketches and also special guest stars. Among some of the guest stars include the Bill Bixby. You may remember him of TV's The Incredible Hulk fame. Well, sound effects funny guy Fred Newman, who was hosting Nickelodeon's Livewire at the time. We actually had a sound effects contest with Dave. And plus, and even Dennis Miller. Plus a lot of others. Now, its sketches had tons to do, including the Hurry Up segment, which is where Dave answers a letter and uses a device called the Hurry Up machine to fast forward through a boring activity. And let's see, Let's Eat, a food segment where Dave goes out to restaurants across the country for what he hears to be the world's best. If it matches the claim, Dave presents the Let's Eat trophy, which is a gold cup with novelty chattering teeth, to the owner or chef of the restaurant. It's probably true, a news-like segment with real or fictional facts outlined. Yeah, this show kind of did have a lot of silly news bit feel to it, kind of like HBO's not necessarily the news in a way. How not to do things, a do-it-yourself segment featuring inept participants with corresponding disastrous results. Some of these how-tos include kissing trios, go karts, etc. It's alive, where we this is a segment that deals with animals in nature. Are we there yet? A segment that displays real or fictional locations, profiles, which is a person such as a stunt woman, a hobo, a street mime, or bodybuilder, or even a Fallon fairy. They're interviewed and showcases their profession. Adult education, a segment where kids are the teachers and adults are there to learn, where a young girl teaches a group of adults various topics that kids know. And finally, Fast Told Fairy Tales, a story segment where Diz gives her spin on classic fairy tales while being timed. Which, believe that's one of my favorite segments and what have you. Really, really something. Now, the general concept for the series was originated by Cy Schneider, the president of Nickelodeon at the time of its production. He wanted a news magazine show for kids that parodied what magazine shows were, and Bob Hughes developed the program using this idea as the basis. Now, it was during production, it was nicknamed the Out of Control Room. However, they changed it to just Out of Control. It only ran for one season though, but it continued to be rerun until the beginning of the next for almost a decade. After an overall total of 26 episodes were produced and aired. Now, of course, as an 80s kid, I do remember watching Out of Control as a kid, and I still did enjoy that. It was one of my favorites I would watch alongside You Can't Do It on Television. And this was even before Double Dare premiere. So this show, along with You Can't Do It on Television and Mr. Wizard's World, and yes, even Pinwheel, were among the four shows I actually watched on Nickelodeon back in its glory days. And I gotta hand it to this series. It's so funny. Now, for our cast, we have playing Dave is actually a Dave himself, Dave Coulier, who this was long before he played Joey Gladstone on Full House. Now it was Bob Hughes originally considered Bob Saget, who of course would later also be on Full House, who was a friend of Coulier's, for the role of the host, but other potentials included comedians Thomas F. Wilson and Joe Hodgson. Let me see now. Who actually did appear in an episode of Out of Control as an inept magician. After Saget interviewed for the part, Hughes was not entirely satisfied, leading Saget to recommend Coulier. Although Saget did not remain a part of this series, a short film that he created while at New York University became the inspiration for the Hurry Up segment, however. Now, playing Herm Burford is Marty Schiff, who's absolutely a real character and what have you, especially when he does his little news segments. Then there's Jill Wakewood playing Angela Scoop Quickly, and I think she's a great character as well. Playing Waldo is David Stenstrom, who you would later see as Hal on Masked Rider in the mid 90s. You know, one of the few shows that was spawned from Power Rangers. He actually would later go on to be a voice actor for several Power Rangers monsters and characters as well. And finally, as Disaster would actually be the absolutely zany and funny Diz McNally, who I just found out she's got a YouTube channel. I just found out. So yeah, because I could not believe this. Yes, you heard me correctly. I just discovered this. This is incredible. So yeah, you can find the few episodes of Out of Control on the channel. As a matter of fact, there are some other Out of Control bits here on YouTube, and other little retrospectives on this series. So if you're into outrageously fun-filled comedy sketches and what have you, I'd say you should go with Out of Control. You will definitely enjoy this. Here's a here's a look at some stuff you'll see. Here's a little shot of Dave and Hearn. Yes, yeah, I'm giving you a better look at some of the people you're gonna see on this show. Here's a shot of some of the group before they are taken go floating off with Dr. Gravity in the end of one episode. And here's a little bit of a compilation shot find with the logo. And you'll see all the characters. At the top we got Diz, and there's Dave, and on the bottom there's Hearn, there's Angela, and there's Waldo. So anyway, like I said, you can find some episodes of Out of Control here on YouTube, so that would be your best chance of finding a few of these. Probably not so many, but I think you can find a few of them. So anyway, did you ever watch Out of Control? If so, let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, give them to know me, maybe be a part of my Big D Nation. And please feel free to share my vids with your friends if you wish, and that might help me get some subscribers. Anyway, and next time I'll be bringing to you my Saturday morning TV log on Trollkins. So if you like this, consider checking out my little vids on some of these other Nickelodeon types series. In the upper left hand corner is the TV log I did on one of my favorites from the 90s that was a hit for them. Clarissa Explains It All. In the upper right hand corner is the Wide World of Game Shows episode I did on Double Dare. Or if you like, I know this was from my early video days. I'll go ahead and give this to you anyway. My very first TV log on You Can't Do It on Television, which I'll be doing this in a revisited TV log later on down the road. In the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as Do You Remember, then I'm your guy. And Do You Remember will be back with Tales of the Wizard of Oz. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.